video.
Hey yo, it's your boy MTEL22, man, back at you with another video. Okay, first things first, as I have to say every time, thank you again. We made it to 40. I'm actually at 41 to be exact as of today. I had checked it last night. So yeah, we're at 40 subscribers, and the first thing I really wanted to bring up was thank you again. Thank you to my new subscribers that just put me over 40. And thank you to everybody who continues to watch my channel, supports my videos, and just gives me a chance. You know, I come out every day. Have a cold right now. My team just lost a dunk contest. I'm not letting that go. The thing that I want to bring up today, in terms of questions, I guess the question we're going with today will be, what's up with this generation? How do I feel about this generation? This generation, you know, people always want to talk about, whoa, what's wrong with this generation? Where is it gone? Why is it so terrible? But in reality, I'm on the side that says it's actually not as bad as you're trying to make it seem. Because let's look at it from this standpoint. Let's go back years and years. Every 10 years you could go back. Maybe you want to say, like, I don't know, if by generations we go on like in groups of 10s. Nah, cause I think they usually go in like groups of 20s or 30s, something like that. I don't really understand how they choose generations, cause I think they called it this generation since like 2000. And it's 2016 now, about to be 2020, when Kanye is about to try to become president. He become president, then maybe this generation did mess up. No offense to Kanye. It's just, I don't see him as a president. But, okay, so the first thing that we have to go to is, I guess, social media and the internet. Because people really feel like that's what the true downfall of this generation is. And the thing is, you could go with that statement. I can kind of see where you're coming from when you say that. Like, you be like, whoa, you see all these twerking videos, you see dudes twerking, you see girls twerking, you see people always having, like, you know, something, I'm gonna say the word explicit. I'm gonna say that, yeah, we're gonna go with explicit. You're always seeing something over the top, like, you're seeing little kids screaming out, I'm daddy, and some stupid stuff. You always see, like, some kid cursing, people putting up fight videos. But honestly, yeah, you could bring all that up. That's a valid statement to be like, well, that's why generation's so terrible. But you can't get past the points that everything that you're seeing all came from some other point in time of history. It just all came from back then. It wasn't just like, well, twerking just came out like a year ago. No. It was already a sort of fashionable thing. Like, even if you don't want to use twerking, for example, you want to say fighting, that's always been a thing in this world. There's never been a time when that wasn't a thing. Before people was here, they was still fighting. Like, what you mean? Like, we had wars. Honestly, we have less notable wars now than we did in the past. You have World War I, II, the Battle of Vietnam, you have the Indian American War, you have all of that. What wars do we call it now? What, the Iraq War? The Iraqian War, I guess you would call it? What else? You don't have nothing else. Like, I guess what, maybe the Syrian War? And even now, you don't really know if that's truly a thing. I low-key feel like it's kind of staged. That's just me, though. I feel like people be trying to find ways to make this generation not good. Like, I love this generation. I see people born in this generation who, for reasons I don't understand, be like, it's terrible. Like, fam, it's really not. Honestly, I would rather live now than going back like a good 40 years ago. Why would you want to live 40 years ago from this period? It was terrible back then. Like, it was good, but it was terrible. Like, I feel like every time had a positive and negative to it. Like, how you gonna call our generation bad if y'all had the same things back then? The only thing that's different, I'm gonna be honest, the only thing different about this generation compared to the last generation is that we have the internet. That's the only difference. Everything else was already here. Every other thing was already here. We just have internet now. Maybe y'all can say the music back then was a little bit better. I won't say people put in more effort, but maybe you could make the discussion or the argument that music, well, that you like people like music more. Maybe you could say that. Maybe. But that's about it. What else you gonna say? You have I don't know what, naked people that people watch on the internet, bro. Before then, people used to watch it on VHS. What you mean? Like, I used to watch it on tape. Y'all used to find ways to fiend over it. Don't act like it just started becoming a thing. It was actually more loose back in the days than it is now. Like, when I say loose, I mean, like, think about if you go back times and times, dudes literally just used to have whores. Let's just put it like that. They had whores. It was very easy to pull them way back then. That's like, based on how they explain history, they just made it seem like girls used to be that easy. But then you have people like Susan B. Anthony talking about women's rights and, you know, like trying to do the right thing and stuff and making everything equal. That's the first time in history you really started hearing about like them trying to get it together. So even now, you still keep hearing about people bring up stuff that's been historical over time. So don't try to act like what you see on TV now or what you hear people talk about now is like something that you should consider to be negative because you don't understand how it worked back then. Again, like people, like I've heard before, people be like, y'all just hate people put on social media. Bro, I'm definitely sure when some of these presidents got voted back in the days, when they were like, you know, like the 70s and stuff, they had social media back then. People would still be dogging people. What you mean? I have to agree with the statement. I don't understand how people get what's the junk called where you getting bullied online? I don't even remember what the junk's called. I don't understand how that's a thing. Cause like I've heard somebody say before, if somebody is getting on your nerves on Facebook, bro, block the person, man. You ain't gotta keep listening to it. You can block them. You can just ignore it. What are they saying on social media that's gonna really hurt your feelings? Like, really think about that. What can they really say? Everybody's trying to be an Instagram thug. Like, that's not something new. You know what I'm saying? I'm a motivator. A lot of people are here to try to bring you down. Honestly, that's just being honest. So, in terms of, like I said before, this generation, it's not terrible like y'all try to make it seem like. I feel like we're going in the right direction. I don't care what other people believe. I feel like we've been going in the right direction forward since I've been born. I feel like the generation, like the direction of the world has been going in the right place. Like, well, in most terms, like most things, we've been going in the right direction. So, yeah, that's just how I feel. Again, thank y'all for getting me to 40 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I hope we continue to keep growing. The next mark is 50. If I hit 50, I may bring up a story about something in my past, make an MBT out of it. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give your boy a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and as always, it's been real. It's your boy. I'm out. But I did expect Louisville to win that game. I expected the Heat to win both championships they won.
And I couldn't even think about that. Like, no matter what they were talking about, all I was stuck on. You just lost to Kevin Hart. You lost to Kevin Hart, the comedian, bro.